This is a huge message for all of my parallel path friends. The energy is picking up again, so get ready because this is going to be big. The message started coming in for me at the beginning of September, and the message was that I'd be leaving where I'm at by the end of September. You already know that I let go of everything I own with the exception of a few boxes of things. So packing to move is extremely quick for me these days. But even so, I suddenly feel a need to get packed up as much as I can, as quick as I can. Also, I'm needing to purge again. This feels very much this time like I'm leaving here suddenly. I have a place to go next when I leave here, but am now feeling as though I'm going to have two options. I don't know yet why I might be leaving suddenly, but it feels like it might have something to do with that second option, which I have no idea yet what that is. I know that good fortune, luck, prosperity, and abundance are headed this way, and I see signs of that on a daily basis. On Monday, I noticed a small flock of about 50 small black birds out the south side of the RV that I'm staying in. When I asked what the spiritual symbolism of that was, I was given that it's a good sign. It announces prosperity, progress, abundance, and confirms the success of all your endeavors. It represents spiritual awakening and receiving rewards for past work and effort. On Thursday morning, I was alerted to the fact that there was a very large number of birds outside chirping to the north this time, and I mean large. Really large. You have no idea. And when I opened the door to see and hear what was going on, I was blown away by the extreme number of blackbirds in the trees. There had to be hundreds of them, maybe 1,000 or more. They flew off in 3 separate flocks and very large proportions. And in a matter of about 3 minutes, it went from extremely noisy to total peace. And that's when I felt the energy around it all. Everything will be picking up speed again in our lives because that's what happens pre-manifestation. The sign of 50 or so birds to the south of me on Monday and the 1,000 or so birds showing up Thursday to the north of me is one of sudden acceleration and growth. The south represents where you're coming from, so the past. The north is where you're headed. North Node, or your future. I also came to the realization that blackbirds in general are archetypes of living life in higher realms and are symbolic of higher intelligence, thought, and ideals. Seeing a large number of blackbirds is also said to represent transformation and that you'll see them during an important time in your life. It could be a new relationship, job, or any situation that might bring drastic change. This is an amazing message, and it's one for you too if you're on a parallel path to mine, because my purpose now is one of guiding all of you by way of my experiences and whatever messages come through for me. Now, this energy that's been around me since the end of August just keeps growing in size and speed. So if you know that you're moving, start purging and packing now. Get yourself prepared for a tower moment because it is coming. This one will bring a sudden, unexpected, but welcomed change that will shift you fast and far. So let's pull some cards and find out what's manifesting, shall we? I'm Diane Edwards, and you're watching the Diane Edwards Intuitive Guide channel. Okay, here are the cards that came out. This is a message directed at me. But like I said in the beginning part of this video, if you're on a parallel path to me, this is going to be a message for you too. Now, when I asked what I asked was, what more can my guides give me as far as clarity to go with everything that has started happening in my world since the end of August, because I feel like I've been in a whirlwind for the last, not even quite 2 weeks now. and, well, about 2 weeks. And it's just, it's never ending. It seems to whirl around really fast, and then it'll slow down, but still not be normal speed. I still feel that there's something different around me. And then it starts to whirl up, and just like today with all the birds, I want to let you know that those birds, some of them came back and were in the trees again, but I'm hoping that they will come back and in the large quantity that was there to begin with, so that I can take a video of it and I'll add it to the end of this reading if it happens. Okay, so watch for that at the end of the reading here. So the messages that came through for me, which are also messages for you if you're on a parallel path to me, the bottom of the tarot deck is the card in front of you, the Five of Pentacles. So the clarity comes from knowing that this is in regards to the financial strife that I've been experiencing in my life for a really long time. My life, it's my whole life. I've had periods where, yes, I've had really good money for a few months. That's about it. I have not had years of that kind of financial success, but I have a feeling that that's about to change. I'm just adjusting the camera here a little bit. Okay. And if that's the case for you, you're on a parallel path with me, these messages will be for you as well. Okay. So that's all I want to say. It's all I need to say about the Five of Pentacles. It represents financial strife. So everything coming through here in these messages for me and you is in regards to our financial strife. Okay. So I'm going to get this out of the way so that we can look at the other cards. Now, I'm also using a deck, well, two decks. I've put together Sacred Destiny and the Shaman's Dream Oracles together. And that's where we get this card and this card, okay? But I want to start with what's at the bottom of the deck of those two decks combined. And I don't think, you probably can't see it, so there you go. It's called Horseman. Hang on. Herald of Change. Okay, now I'm going to read this to you from the book. That is the Shaman's Dream, and it says, now this, you'll find that this really resonates with me and what I'm being asked to do. So, you know, if this resonates for you, if you feel you're being asked to do the same thing that I'm doing, this will resonate for you. It says, Horseman, good news, caution, herald of change. When the horseman appears, he's inviting you to spread the good news. Everyone already knows the bad news. Your task is to point out the beautiful when others see only the ugly. Note the possible, no matter how implausible it may seem. This doesn't mean becoming giddy or blindly optimistic, but rather reminding yourself that every storm cloud has a silver lining. Become a herald of the positive. Put away the fatalistic attitude, the dire predictions, the dreadful expectations about the world or about your life. Declare the arrival of a new and better you. Proclaim that you have risen from the realms of the dead, woken from a long and dreadful slumber, and are back on the world stage. The show is on again. The horseman cautions you to not allow your exuberance to become hollow or trivial. Be sure that there is substance to the news you spread, and you are willing to live up to the expectations that you raise. The world will welcome you with open arms as you share an uplifting message. Heed the horseman when he shows up once, for he bears good news and is announcing a prosperous and peaceful time. When he shows up twice in the same reading, though, use extreme caution. If you heed his warnings, all will turn out well. Well, he's not going to turn up twice because we're not shuffling those cards again. So anyways, now the bottom of the deck under that from the other deck that I put in here, which is Sacred Destiny, is Wonders. Okay, so now let me see what that says for us. The sacred landscape wants you to know this. Just around the corner, exciting possibilities are waiting for you. Wonders will be abounding in your life. Sometimes they won't be apparent at first. Nevertheless, they are there. The more you see them and embrace them, the more these possibilities will grow in magnitude. Celebrate and cherish even the smaller ones, no matter how tiny they may seem. Let go of expectations. Don't limit the way that you think that wondrous events could appear in your life. Be open. If you believe, anything and everything is possible. Wow. Does that not ring true with basically all the messages that came through earlier at the beginning of this video? It's crazy. I'm just going to put these, I guess. I'll put them right here, I guess, like so. And the bottom of this deck can go there. I know you can't see it great, but you can still sort of see them. Now, I'm going to go to the center cards here because those are oracle cards again. They're from these two decks. So the two that we just talked about were the bottom of the deck for those ones. But these are the messages that came out for us. Now, the first one is success. So I'm going to read that for you. That is, again, from the Sacred Destiny deck. And it says, the sacred landscape wants you to know this. Satisfaction, contentment, and fulfillment are at hand. Success is waiting to expand in your life. Be ready. Be ready to accept and embrace this success, for it might occur rapidly. Really? All is possible. The gates of triumph are waiting to open. Being in a state of gratitude for all the small successes in your life will give birth to larger ones. Your satisfaction will come in many forms and from many areas of life. Celebrate it all and breathe it all in, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. This is an excellent time to make commitments, sign contracts, and make deals. Good fortune will ensue. Okay, so the other card now is from the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck, and it's Caterpillar, and it says Opportunity on the bottom, and it's card number 4. Now it says Transformation, Opportunity, Independence from Conditioned Responses. The energy of Caterpillar appears, heralding, here's that word again, heralding a time of transformation and opportunity. Here you are being asked to revise your dreams. If it looks and smells familiar, step away from it for the time being. The new cannot emerge from the old, and the youthful and vital cannot emerge from the aged and sickly. Experiment and surprise yourself with what arises for you in this moment. Caterpillar is an invitation to test out a new strategy to get a different, better result. Remember that the definition of lunacy is continuing with the same thinking and behavior and hoping for a different outcome. It's time to break away from habitual responses, to surprise yourself and startle others, eliciting a smile or frown or look of awe from those around you. Don't wait for an invitation from life to practice a bit of outrageousness or for permission to do the unexpected. Any other response right now will lead to more of the same and no real change. Sometimes the most original response is no response whatsoever. Stand stock still, staring steadily into the eyes of the players in your drama, avoiding engagement until the moment is right. Caterpillar invites you to witness the story unfolding, knowing that deciding on the timing of your action is as essential as finding the best move to make. And when you do act, let there be no doubt in anyone's mind of your determination and the power that you unleash. Wow, I know this is going to be big, but I think it's going to be even bigger than I think it's going to be. This is incredible. Okay, so the first card out is the Seven of Swords. And I want you to take a look at this card. Try and get the glare off of it for you. It's like it's nighttime here. It's dark. There is light, but it's kind of dark. And This is about how unclear everything seems to be in the darkness at night. The light of the moon is very deceiving. You don't see very well by the light of the moon. This is all about something coming into our lives that we're not going to see coming. We don't see it coming. It's on its way. It is coming now, but we don't see it. We don't know what it is, and we're not going to know what it is. We're not supposed to know what it is until it gets here. I'm surprised the Tower card didn't come out because, I mean, he is at a tower, and it looks like he's about to enter it. It's going to come crashing down, and that's okay because, like I said earlier, this is going to be a tower that moves you, shifts you very quickly and very distant from where you are right now. That could be physically, it could be emotionally, mentally, energetically. You are moving a great distance some way or another very quickly. Part of me believes that it could be we're all being raised up energetically into that high priestess energy, that all-knowing. It's going to be a gift of clarity. That's what I'm sensing. You guys have any other ideas? Leave it in comments. I'd love to hear what you're all getting on your end, because if we are all on a parallel path, then we're all receiving messages on the moving forward and what's coming through. So let's put them all together, because maybe then we can make more sense of everything. The next card that we've got is the Three of Wands. Please don't ask me what this deck is because I really can't remember. It was a gift to me from my sister quite a while ago, and I really can't remember it, but I love the artwork in it. Anyways, the Three of Wands. Now, this is all about that patience and waiting that we've been doing. And if you look at the picture on this card, someone is down on their knees gifting you with a crown. You are being raised up so high. That's how it feels to me. Like we are being moved into the higher realm, the higher intelligence, higher way of thinking, believing, doing. We're ascending to an extremely high level, and we're doing it extremely quickly. And we don't have to wait anymore. The wait's over. This is about to take place. We did those. I'm going to show you the picture on these though. This is success. There might be something in here that means something to one of you. I think we have a little parrot there. It looks like a cockatiel to the left. And then we've got this jaguar. They move very gracefully and very swiftly through the jungle. And the cockatiel or cockatoo, very noisy, very noisy. They let everyone know they're here. So the Black Panther or the jaguar, whatever it is, it's a sign that things are moving very quickly toward us, but we don't see it coming. We will hear it when it gets here. Like those birds this morning that I heard, very, very loud. I am so hoping that they come back in same quantity that they were here in the first place, because I want you to hear them, and then I want them to leave so you can see how many there are and hear how quiet it gets. Okay, now we're blurred out again. Come on. There we go. Okay, so there's the caterpillar. And this is that opportunity that's coming in. We are morphing. It's time. And then over here, it's a message that I received just yesterday of what I'm to do moving forward now. And the first card I got, sorry, not the first card, the bottom of the deck was the Four of Swords. So what the message was for me, and it is likely a message for you as well, was get rested. And then the rest of the cards that came out for me was the Ace of Wands. I'm going to have to think on that. The Ace of Wands, meaning follow your passions. Oh, the Eight of Swords, without fear. And what was the next card? I can't remember what the next card was, but it was with determination, and then the Six of Wands, which is all about success. So follow your passion without fear, but be determined for success, to be successful. And we've got the success card here. Okay, so get some rest. Try and relax and recuperate from whatever you've had to go through, whatever growth has happened at this point, up to this point. And then look at this. Mr. King Midas himself. Everything you're about to touch is going to turn to gold. You are going to have success with all your endeavors, like we already know, because that was an earlier message. The King of Pentacles, you may even be a Virgo. I am. I feel like a lot of my parallel path friends are going to be Virgos, or at the very least, earth signs. So this isn't just Virgo, I apologize. King of Pentacles, this is, I guess I said that because I'm thinking I'm a Virgo. This is air. This is earth signs, okay? But this is King Midas. He's got that touch. Look at that pile of gold sitting at his feet. This is where we're headed, everyone. Trust, have faith, stay strong, stay positive, trust, keep the faith. Keep the faith. That is important at this point in time, okay? I've been getting that message for quite a while. It's important to keep the faith and trust that we are moving forward to a much, much better world for us. Look at him. He's coming out of all of that swirling, rippling, crashing waves scenario into peaceful, calm waters, moving toward the rocks where all those houses are. He's going to a new home, possibly. You possibly are moving. But this is taking us all to a much, much better place. We're going to find happiness, success, finances, no more financial strife, no more standstill, no more feeling like we are never going to be successful. We are. We have to stay positive. I know that's not the easiest thing to do in turbulent times, which is where he is right now, but he is. This is where we are. This is our message. This is where we are. We're in this turbulent time right here. But this is where we're headed. When you move to that new home, or you shift in whatever way this is shifting you in, we're going to be at peace. Life is going to feel easy. All will be well. Stay positive. Trust and stay in the faith. Keep the faith, please. That is so important. Keep the faith and trust. Because without it, we have nothing. You can't be positive without believing. You just can't, because there are too many things that come into play and affect our lives in a somewhat negative way. So we have to remain positive, we have to trust, and we have to keep the faith. And believe. Believe that this is coming. Believe that you've got this. Believe that life is wonderful. Stay in that space of love, loving where you're at, who you are, who's around you, the situation that you're in. Find something about where you're at that you can say, I love this. And then focus on that and milk the energy around that, because that's what's going to keep you moving forward. That's what's going to take you out of turbulence and into peace and ease. I love you guys. I love you guys, and I'll see you next Tuesday.